Someone sent me a message this morning warning me that Minge is coming to get me. First coronavirus, now this.
The reason I'm recording this video is because I've decided to officially declare my opposition towards David Wood and his channel X17 Apologetics.
Thanks for telling your subscribers where to find me, Minge. Who am I kidding? You and I both know that your subscribers are already watching me. They're sending you messages saying, David Wood is destroying our faith. Please help us, Minge.
The reason why I'm doing this right now and not before is because I do realize that for so long, Muslims have been ignoring him and his videos.
On what planet have Muslims been ignoring me? In the words of John Bender,
Sweets, you couldn't ignore me if you tried.
Everyone knows that David is a psychopath. He bludgeoned his father and was admitted to a mental asylum for several years.
doesn't mean I'm wrong about your prophet. Quick correction though, Minge. I wasn't in a mental asylum for several years. I was in prison for several years. The mental hospitals evaluated me and concluded that I'm a psychopath. But psychopathy isn't a disorder that keeps you in a mental hospital. They keep you in a mental hospital for other reasons, like being out of touch with reality or being suicidal. For instance, Minge, your prophet had multiple psychological disorders, possibly narcissistic personality disorder or histrionic personality disorder, and definitely pedophilia and sex addiction. But if he were alive today, he wouldn't end up in a mental hospital because of these disorders. He would end up in prison. Some of Muhammad's other problems, however, would get him placed in a mental hospital, assuming there wasn't a Christian exorcist around to cast out the demons that were tormenting him.
However, I have decided that it is time for me to take up arms against him and to face him with my knowledge on Islam and comparative religion in general.
This is adorable, Minge. You really think that you're going to take up a lot of my time, don't you?
This is because David has been busy making videos mocking the Prophet Muhammad SAW,
That's true.
whom we all love and whom we regard as more dearer to us than our own mothers and fathers.
You love a man who had sex with a prepubescent girl, sucked on the tongues of little boys, took the wife of his own adopted son, and walked around covered in semen more than your own mothers and fathers? Thanks for providing Exhibit A in my case that your religion is a bunch of idolatrous pagan nonsense.
When you have psychopaths like David Wood saying something like this,
Remind me, what did Allah say he would do to Muhammad for fabricating revelations? He would cut off his aorta or sever his aorta. And what did Muhammad himself say the poison did to him? He said that it cut off his aorta or severed his aorta.
or saying something like this,
Muhammad married a prepubescent girl. Ravi didn't.
and again making mockery and insulting the honor of the Prophet Muhammad SAW with statements like this,
Muhammad liked to dress up like a girl.
I think it is time that we should face this person and discredit him with whatever means necessary to destroy his credibility in the eyes of everyone, regardless whether they are Muslims or Jews or Christians or atheists.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, Minge. If your prophet didn't want me making fun of him for eating poisoned sheep, or for having sex with a prepubescent girl, or for prancing around in his child bride's nightie, he shouldn't have done those things. I can't help myself, Minge. When your prophet spends all his time doing stupid and violent and perverted things, it's like he's calling to me. He's calling. He's begging me to make fun of him. He's screaming, please, David, please mock me. You don't want me to disobey your prophet, do you, Minge?
It is true that for the past 10 years or so, I've not been actively involved in the comparative religion scene. For those of you who may or may not remember me, I am the executive editor and the founder of the Muslim apologetics website called Bismika Awahuma.
This is actually interesting. Minj was one of the Muslim apologists that lots of Christian apologists were responding to like 15 years ago. If you go to the Answering Islam website and look up rebuttals, you'll see a ton of rebuttals to Minj and his website. Then no one heard of him for a decade, but it sounds like he's coming out of retirement to take down the dizzle. Good luck with that one, Minj.
So this is my warning to you, David Wood. I am coming for you. I am coming for you. You better be prepared because soon, inshallah, you will be exposed for your lies. This is a declaration of war by me against you.
You're coming for me, you're coming for me. It's a declaration of war. I certainly look forward to you, the mighty Minj, ending my career, like so many Muslims before you claimed to have done. But Minj, I'm in a good mood, so I'm going to be frank with you. You're making one terribly embarrassing mistake, apart from the terribly embarrassing mistake of following the most obvious false prophet in history. You're declaring war against me on YouTube, where I have home field advantage. I'm a YouTuber. You're not. Do you know what the difference is between a YouTuber like me and a non-YouTuber like you?
Presentation!
Better ask Jabril for some help with YouTube, Minj. Oh wait, you've got a Game of Thrones dragon toy in your house, and Jabril is scared of toys. Guess I'm safe. By the way, for those of you who'd like to help Minj with some views, the link to his declaration of war is in the description box.